Hello there, YouTube. This is SybilznSpice back at it again with another Arcanium run. Just a little forewarning. We had a little bit of a hiccup last week, what with vestibular therapy, and then of course, like me just taking the rest of the week off because of my birthday and stuff like that. Got into a whole bunch of other stuff. But this week, obviously, for those of you watching this in real time, is Thanksgiving. But I currently, like, it's weird. I'm going to record sections of the run on Monday and Wednesday, or, like, obviously, if this one dies immediately, we're gonna react accordingly. But I don't know what's happening Friday. I could be doing Thanksgiving and I could not. And that sort of brings me down to the question for the comments below. Um, how good is your family at organizing holiday events and get togethers like this? Because my mom's side of the family, like I said, I don't even know if I'm doing anything for Thanksgiving. It's, yeah, I'm either kept out of plans or plans change so erratically last second that I really just don't even know what's going on. I'm just like, okay, yeah, somebody pick me up and bring me to where I need to go, and I'll be there. Otherwise, I'm gonna just assume that nothing's happening. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. This is a very yellow team. I actually don't hate this. Aurora with Disintegrate is a little spicy, but Leon and Misty could potentially like protect her from that. Misty, not really so much. Really, the protection that Misty would provide is the same stuff that Leon himself would provide with the AoE shielding or like directed shielding that's available in yellow. Otherwise, green doesn't really do a lot of like it has an AoE shield, I believe. I should know this, but mostly it's yellow that is more like the support sort of deal. Otherwise, green can give haste to itself, stuff like that. But oh wait, there is the healing concoction. That's about it. But that would also cleanse, and we don't want it to do that. But anyways, I'm getting all up in it. Leon having the taunt is nice. Misty having AoE shock, I believe, is nice for this crew. Aurora has lots of AoE skills that hit. So, I mean, that combined with shock is a source of damage for sure. Otherwise, Leon's just. I think people really undervalue Leon because Shinzo's just so good at the game right now. But, I don't know. I don't sleep on Leon, that's for sure. Oh, God, where do we even want to send this team? I'm almost thinking that this team is exceptionally good, especially with, Lightning Claws or Thunder Claws, whatever, Misty's ultimate is called. They're very good at Scorched Lands. The only problem is that how do we actually deal with Scorched Lands as far as like taking DOTs and stuff like that? Because we don't really start with Cleanse, and this is a team that could probably very easily get clocked out. But we've got decent block on Leon. We've got decent sustain on Misty. We could maybe do with Scorched Lands, but we could also gain a lot of defense in Anador, which might be where we're supposed to go. The main reason why I feel Scorched Lands is because A, our primary sources of damage here are pretty much unresisted, and B, we have a lot to gain here, especially from the starting ability plus. That could be huge ramp for defensive ramp for Leon if it ends up being protection aura. It could be huge like shock ramp for Misty if it ends up being a shock card. And there's a number of cards that would easily replace Aurora's cards, because she honestly has a very precarious starting deck. Huh. None of this is exactly what I was looking for. Courage on Aurora? It's an interesting thought. Otherwise, dashing strike's always good. Like, this could be dash, deal 5 damage, no extra chi here, and it would still be a damn good card. Yeah, this card's just insane. Clawstorm, obviously very good. Goes through block, but we don't really see a lot of block here. Like, there are enemies that block. This would definitely be better than her Thunder Kick. I don't know, though. I feel like these are the right answer, just to point that out for you guys. But I'm kind of feeling the courage. Because if that hits on her AoE, that's immediately worth it. Anyways, what do we got here? We've got a minion, not bad. 2 locations for a item, okay. 10 tiles for an ability. Huh. Let's re-roll this. Okay. I can settle for this. This is probably going to be a Spice Defense Elite battle, but I mean, it's not like we have any choice, right? It'll be fine. This Elite Goblin Looter is really the main thing that I'm concerned about because it's just going to deal a heck of a ton of damage for free. And I'm actually quite fine with this. Oh, we forgot to equip Aurora with her toy we just gave her. Because that's how I is. I thought I grabbed you. Oh, at least he's not taking any damage. And now you're ulting. We're likely not going to be able to kill you. Maybe, though. Just maybe. No, I don't think we will. Because this would do 2 damage. So you're down to 26. This isn't going to do enough damage. We don't have a taunt. We're in trouble. Like, this is a lot of trouble. Alright. Well, it is what it is at this point. And honestly, oh, that's 5 damage, though. I'm not really feeling that. Maybe the correct move is this. I mean, there's not really much else to do here. We lived. Black Blood Vial. That's rough. These are very interesting cards. Spike Club has interactions with Aurora only, but we're also kind of going, like, we're trying to push into a might. It would make our Scorches moderately useful. Otherwise, Black Blood Vial, if we're going to be giving her might, then just giving her 6 shield because reasons is pretty good. Otherwise, if we just decide that we don't want to do damage on Leon, we could put it on him, then he's getting 10 shield a turn, which is quite significant, and just let him dash and taunt things onto him. The only problem with that is that is a loss of like at least 6 damage a turn whenever we use Crusade Strike. So if there's not any shock down, we're going to lose a lot of damage. And that's where like Leon really shines, is the ability to push damage and end fights, especially because he's the only way to apply stuff like power to allies without a legendary minion, which I don't know about you guys, but I don't always get a legendary minion every turn. Of course, you could always supplement that with artifacts, but that requires pathing, right? So you're constricted to where you go if you want to get that power reliably. Otherwise, Woolen Boots, very good. Would enable us to actually get to our taunt really quickly, because since this is a 7, we currently have 3. We are very unlikely to get to use our ultimate on turn 2. But if we put on Woolen Boots, all we have to do is use one of his intercepts, which we're likely going to do to block for somebody anyways. And we pretty much guarantee that on round 2, we're going to be able to get access to that Purge the Wicked. And then, of course, we could shift it around too. Maybe we eventually put it on Misty, or maybe we eventually put it on Aurora. Honestly, probably not. This might just be a free 12 damage that we use every so often. Let's get this into the deck, by the way. Oh, we can't do that here. But yeah, Black Blood Vial would be very good for him as far as just being a tank. Woolen Boots is pushing damage and technically being a tank because it's an AoE taunt that we can get off every 2 turns. Because the odds of us like bottom decking all of our dashes is like, it can happen, but it really doesn't happen. Otherwise, Spike Club might be a bit too janky. Like, I'm about the jank, but it's also like, I can see this being a very good setup, by the way, Spike Club, if we knew that we had a couple rapid fires. Or she has a card, I believe it's called Conflagration, where it's basically, or maybe that's what her basic form is. She's got a starter card that is ranged, 2 cost, does like 4 damage in an AoE. And then she's got a common that's just like, hey, let's just slap fucking like shield steal onto this. Pretty huge. So the might is very good with that card. It's also very good with just like those cards in general. And it's very good with a lot of light cards like Rapid Fire or... God, I know I'm missing a couple of them. There's a bunch of like AoE blinds, stuff like that, that she could definitely abuse and use. And there's a bunch of red cards that like prefer to have might on them. But I think as far as... I think it's almost got to be Woolen Boots. We're just always going to be doing Chi on Misty, aren't we? I feel like every time I run Misty, I get offered these cards. Like, of course, they're common, so it happens a lot, but it happens a lot. Well, I think that the most generically useful out of all these is probably Chi Burst, because it's good damage. It's more damage than we currently have. And that's likely going to replace a Thunder Kick, just so that her deck is a little bit more usable. Let's get this guy in there. Let's get rid of, honestly, a Fireball is how I'm feeling. Now we could use this to heal up Aurora, but I think we're doing relatively good. Let's take this event early. That's what I was afraid of right there. Son of a bitch. Do I want to get rid of Woolen Boots already? For a blue artifact? But yeah, I know I talked about it in an earlier video, but this particularly is why somebody in the comments asked, like, why don't you grab events when they're free? It's very hard to grab events in Scorched Lands for this reason, and there's a bunch of other ones that at some point you wouldn't want to be hunting events here. I honestly think that Woolen Boots is too good for us to, like, this is so upset that I wasted that. Alright. A loot cache there. We'll take those. Alright, this is pretty much what we were looking for. Let's make sure that we get this down, though. And then we're going to do some jank here. Actually, we really don't have to do some jank. We can go ahead and do this. There we go. You love to see it. If you're going to go ahead and do that, I almost want to put a second Scorch on you. We'll put that second Scorch, move you. I guess that second Scorch was unnecessary. Oh! Show me the money. And that right there is what I'm talking about. That's not to say that, again, Shinzo doesn't deal damage, but a lot of Shinzo's damage is reliant upon people hitting him. And then he'll generally, like, trade health for it. Now, a lot of people might say, okay, well, he racks up resilience, so he doesn't really take a lot of damage for it, and a lot of times he breaks even. That's true, but I don't know. A dead enemy doesn't need to be resisted, if that makes sense. Like, I'm pretty sure that everybody here has noticed that I push the DPS agenda quite often, but in my heart of hearts, I believe it to be true. Oh, son of a bitch. Would have been nice to finish him. But at least now... you can heal up Misty just a bit. Apply 3 burn in an area I'm not really about right now. I'm not really about spending health either to draw cards on Leon. That would be a very good if we ended up going into Bolster, but if we were going into Bolster, which we do have Taunt ulti, so that is considerable. So I suppose we could take this preemptively, and then we just figure out how we're going to heal afterwards, which would be most likely heading into Anador, since that's where a lot of the healing is. But we also have access to Vampiric Scepter here, as well as possibly Leon's Heirloom can heal him. Ray's Shield, also pretty considerable. But again, it's sort of it's a little awkward, right? Ray's Shield would be great because we know that we're going to like taunt people onto us, but we also don't know if it's going to be in our hand at the time. But we do have access to taunt, quite a bit of it, so we would be able to use this pretty frequently, and it would be a good pick. But if we are going for that sort of a mentality, then I feel like getting Arcane Consultation in the pocket might be worth more. Simply because if we're able to get a lot of bolstered cards, then we're able to play them, draw into them, like maybe even get a dual wield, and then we can like really start popping off with like free skills and shit. I don't know. We'll take this. We're doing a whole bunch of janky stuff, but now the other question is do we want this to be ulti plus 6 extra damage? Maybe? Although Lightning Claws gets an extra shock, which is very considerable. Otherwise, Disintegrate ulti plussing, like, really isn't good for us. So, I do think, I don't know, it's a tough call between whether or not we want to boost Leon with a card pile or Misty. Misty could use better shock cards, that's for sure. I almost feel, let's take this assault battle. Okay, we got 2 of them, so we can hit them both. Excuse me, sir, you are being rude? I would love to get some damage in, but we can't let Hex go on Aurora while she doesn't have a source of block. This is not looking good. Oh, and you're weakened. Son of a bitch. Yeah, we're gonna get bopped pretty hard here. What the hell? That almost doesn't even feel legal. Alright, so what we need to do here is this. Oh, there's access to power. I feel like if anybody wanted runic power, would probably be Aurora. Could also be Leon though. He could become our primary DPS. that's highly unlikely due to the fact that we kind of need him to do other things. Purifying Light would be considerable due to the fact that, you know, it cleanses. If we are going to do a taunt-centric play here, we probably want to cleanse. So I could see grabbing this for sure. Otherwise, blind is significant when you don't want to get hit by, like, say, Elite Goblin Looter's ult, which happens, you know, every other turn. I'll go ahead and we'll take this. Alright, so cards now. Let's grab this first. Okay. I could see Medallion on Misty. That would be a lot of damage to push. I could see Tome of Infinity on Aurora because it's some form of healing, which she's currently suffering in defense. I think we'll take Lost Medallion. Okay. So we're doing Chi, and Power Surge doesn't exist. But we could definitely throw that into Oracle here. Alright. Yeah, we are like one Meditate and an Heirloom away from doing some like massive damage here. Oh, there's our Oracle. On Leon. Destroy shields is important. I like that we have that. And the shield toss we were just talking about is pretty good here right now. Let's just ulti plus you. We'll deal with that. I almost feel like we gotta go here. Let's get our legendary. Oh, oh shit. These are all kind of insane. There's only one problem. I'm sure you guys know it. We can't fucking use any of these. We are very yellow. So, Holy Bulwark seems like it's always going to combo. And Laser Beam seems like a given. That is some insane damage. And Flash Bomb obviously blind in an area. Same reason why we wanted, what is it? Crusader Shield? Blinding Flash might be the name of the card. The Taunt plus Blind. I'm feeling Laser Beam though. We could get this upgraded early. And it's a 12 for 4, which isn't really that good. But all we would need is to have 3 yellow cards, which I believe your ulti is yellow, so you can use that to boost the damage. And your ulti is yellow too. But then, of course, look at this deck comp. This is like 50-50. And then we're honestly trying to get rid of all this shit. So we would like to be more yellow, but All we need is 3 yellow cards, and this is decent. Otherwise, what is Aurora going to do? Like, legit. Holy Bulwark, also pretty good, except for the fact that we're... I don't know. Like, this could be insane, to be honest. But Leon's generally going to want to do other things besides just give everybody immune. He's got a card that does this not necessarily better, but easier. I think it's Laser Beam. And we just got to gain a level, which is going to be off this assault battle here. Then we can heal at this camp. Fight, fight. Or assault battle, fight, heal, camp. Because we're not going to have access to our frickin' capital ever. Oh, man. Unless... Now this is terrible. Maybe you ought to start over here. I don't know, man. I don't feel like there's going to be a better use for this, so we're just going to go ahead and use that now. That is straight up terrible. Aurora's likely going to die here because she can't shield herself. And this is the random damage area. Or, whatever you want to call it. The battleground. I don't even know what things are called. Especially today. Yeah, really not much that we can do for her. And we could honestly be dead here. I would honestly rather take 5 damage. And we'll deal with that problem later. Okay, we're in some serious trouble. Alright. Rocket Jump on Leon seems amazing. Otherwise, you could argue Combustion because it gives us power and we gain Burn, which is used for our ultimate. It's very tempting. Otherwise, Blazing Tail would just be another grab it to upgrade it into a legendary. Which red legendaries, like there's the stun. We could get the stun. Yeah, I know. I'd rather take the Rocket Jump Plus, in all honesty. We were probably supposed to level for HP there. And I'm debating how I'm feeling here. I forgot that we could actually just go to this shard battle here, so we don't have to fight to this one. Which means that we could risk our lives here. Heal, heal, shard battle. Feeling pretty good about that. We can probably get rid of the rocket jump. And now that we can actually equip this, there we go. Oh. I think I'm going to trust in the process. Although I suppose it doesn't matter what order I do this. So we'll go here, heal. There's a shrine there that I wish I had like 5 turns ago. Yeah, that's great turn 1. Oh my good lord. We're gonna go ahead and we'll do this. That is like beautiful. And I guess I'm gonna do this. Well, this one's about to hurt. Thank God that wasn't laser beam. It's weird, but this might be the correct move here. That's incredibly weird. Probably wrong, too. Now that I feel it in person, right? Well, there's our laser beam. It's so awkward that you don't have your ultimate right now. That's pretty good. I like Deflective Shield. I think that we can use this. Because gaining the immune is going to be pretty big on Leon, especially if he's going to be taunting everything onto him. We just got to get him some draw. Otherwise, getting a cleanse on Misty is also pretty big here because a lot of elites are going to have the, alright, well, if you hit me, or I'm just going to go ahead and burn you and shit like that. And they have a lot of attacks that are going to either weaken, hex, or burn. And so just having the ability to get rid of all of that for cheap is pretty damn good. And this gets retained to haste. Alright. But, yeah, I think Deflective Shield is the way to go. We really need Leon to be ready to face tank some shit. Let's get our ability. Okay. There is a good, this is actually rough. Crashing Thunder is obviously a good shock card. We upgraded, it goes to 3 doubles because enemies are generally going to have no shock on them. So then that's 6 shock, which is quite sizable. Even 4 shock for 2 is incredible. So I think as far as us pushing damage, that's exactly what we're looking for. And then of course, pressure points, it's good. It is a block for 6 that if for whatever reason enemies are vulnerable or anything like that, it scales with that. But generally speaking, we don't get any might, we don't get any power right now. So that would just be a block for 6, but it's worth having. First off, if we use our ultimate and put like 3 shock on everybody, then it's going to hit twice, which is considerable. Then it blocks for 6. It's literally using 2 of her like shield strikes, and it retains. We're gonna go with Crashing Thunder though. Okay. We're gonna get this shard battle like just in time, even for the video. Okay, we need this. I would love to have given another one, but we didn't have enough money. Oh, no, no, no. Fuck it, ulti plus Leon. We could probably clean this up a little bit, but I just don't know what that would be. Crusader Strikes are so good, especially with shock in tow. Maybe it's getting rid of this Heroic Strike because there's really only 2 enemies that block here. I could see that. So we're getting rid of Heroic Strike and what else? A Pummel? Don't really feel that. A Crusader Strike I could see. There we go. Because bringing this down to 6, I really don't feel it. Like, I could see that later when we get 1 more AP and maybe Misty gets access to some dash strikes because we're pretty much set up to go into Chi now. And so if we actually start getting that 2 Fury, then bringing that down to 6 would be incredible damage. And defense for the other 2, right? This is an Arcana Shrine. I like that. We're going to have to dig it out next round, though. Gives you tentacles. For a camp, though. It's for a camp. I feel like Root could really screw us. Then again, you don't really attack. And you're going to root us anyways. So this really applies to the Sunder that he may or may not do. Yeah, let's do it. This enemy needs to die like quickly, so I'm kind of hoping that we draw into Laser Beam. But it might need to start like this. That was terrible. That's so terrible. This is so weird. Yeah, we might be dead here. Okay, we're about to really trust in the process here. Don't know if that's wise. Why are we dealing no damage? Because we have no chi. And we must scream. Aurora's dead, but at least we grabbed a laser beam. Yeah, we're dead here. God damn it. I'm sitting here thinking like what we could have possibly done differently. Like, it's very well possible that the right move was not to attack Dramsir the Unbound, but like, how are we going to get away from this ultimate? We needed to have a safe lane, which meant like face racing this guy down, but we just didn't draw the cards to do that. If we would have gotten laser right off the bat, it's very well possible that we could have just one-shot him, or pretty close. But, or like one-shot this guy, even. Possibly could have been the cards that we put in Leon's deck. But I also feel like the way that we were going to survive this was to have access to immune on the right turn. Yeah, we probably just weren't supposed to come in here at all. Then, of course, like this frickin' guy is quite rough. And we're just straight up dead. Alright. Well, that kind of got scuffed. Anyways, hopefully it was still enjoyable for you guys. If you have any analysis or feedback that you want to put down below, be it questions, concerns, comments, misplay alerts, be sure to add that down there. Until next time, I guess I'll catch you guys around.